Hello, my name is Lianne from Philippines. I was born in a island, in Panay Island, which we live particularly in Iloilo City. So I've been here in Brazil since 2016, and yes, just to come here just for work.
What's your city like in Philippines?
Well, my I was born in Iloilo City, that is located in Western Visayas. We called Panay Island. So in Iloilo City, we are known to be our city are known to be like a heart of Philippines. Why? Because they called our city as city of love because people there are charm and sweet when it comes when they say something. That's that's why we are known as city of love.
Why did you immigrate to Brazil?
Well, I immigrate to Brazil just for job purposes. I come here to work. Somebody hired me and bring me here to work, and then I think that it seems like really interesting to know the place here in Brazil.
How many positive and negative points do you see about life in the Philippines?
Well, in Philippines, we have a really lots of positive points there. Like our climate is really warm. We're known to be a tropical country, and people who loves to visit our country, especially the tourists, that they like to do some outdoor activities. I think the Philippines is good. People there are friendly, so we known to be like very hospitable and friendly when it comes to foreigners also. And we have this I would say cost of living there in Philippines is really cheap, when compared to some Western country. So the negative, I think, we have these infrastructure issues, like the road situation, that affects the day-to-day life of people. Uh, we have the traffic congestions also. These are really heavy traffic sometimes, especially in urban areas. And some the natural disasters. Philippines are common to natural like typhoons every year. So this is only some negative that you can consider in Philippines.
Can you share some local cultures?
Well, in Philippines, we have a really lots of several cultures there, especially when we are organizing some event like festivals and another in each place there, because Philippines have consists of 7,000 islands, right? So in each island we have different cultures and ethnics. So it varies usually how you introduce or promoting your place. Like in my place in Iloilo City, we have this dinagyang. It's similar to carnival here in Brazil, but it's combinations of dancing and acting to explain about our ethnicity and how say geographical place there in my place. We celebrate also Sinolog Festival, which is in Cebu City. So they are dancing there to celebrate Santo Niño. It's kind of dance also and acting. And we have dinagyang that always happen. It's more on festival. And the culture that I like is like about celebrating Christmas in Philippines. Like we gather together, we share, we make some food, share to others, to give some, I'll say, gift or share gifts from other person that it's not a part of our family. And one of our culture also is we have these strong family ties. That's why we reunite always, especially during Christmas season. And we have this kind of culture that we respect elderly there. Let's say we can say like this, and or we can say like blessed in the hands of the forehead of the elderly. So that's some culture that we always practice in Philippines.
Are there any celebrations in which you miss participating?
Yes, I really miss Christmas season, because this Christmas season is really important in my country, especially for us during in the family, because here we always gather together since I moved here in Brazil a really long time, and the only thing that we can see my family is during Christmas. Some of my family that work in another country are also going home on this Christmas season. So I think it's very important for me, and I really miss it. It's been a while. I think it's more than 8 years I never celebrated this kind of celebration there in Philippines.
Before immigrating to Brazil, do you think about living in other countries?
Yes, actually, I've been in Hong Kong. I've been in Dubai before, Brazil. I worked in Dubai for 3 years. In Hong Kong, I think 3 years also. I've been in some several countries because one of our culture also, Filipino loves to travel and work in other country. This is a part of our culture that some people and even some foreigners think that in each corner of in another country you can find Filipina. Here in Brazil we are started to grow, but yes, before in Brazil I really want to go to United States and any parts of Western European countries just to know their culture also.
How are your first months here?
Well, it's a tough for me because since I'm experiencing some culture shock and language barriers. Well, the first months is really kind of I'm struggling because even though I don't know any single words in Portuguese, then I tried to go somewhere. I'm really scared because I'm scared that I'm going to you know get lost, and that somebody may don't understand me. And I'm experiencing that because when I first come here, I only have the money in dollars, and I really wanted to buy something that people doesn't accept the dollar, and I need to find a place to exchange the currency from dollar to Brazil. Since I don't speak Portuguese, it's really hard for me, and I need to walk 2 hours. I think I'm living in Perdices that time, and I need to go to Fonda station just to find some Filipina. That maybe there are some Filipina here in Brazil, and I need to only to show people the written address, and they said you need to go turn right, turn left, and finally I arrived Fonda station, the metro station, for 2 hours, and I exchanged my dollar money to reais. $100 is equivalent to 80 reais, so something like it's not good experience because if you don't speak Portuguese, people may abuse your being naive to this place. So, but along the while, I started to learn some words, to some directions, some time, some translation, so I could mingle with people. But it's really tough. I think it's more like 6 months that I try to communicate, and a lot of experience that I've been through in this time that's in my first month.
How many aspects have your impressions of living here changed after you moved?
Well, my impressions here in Brazil when the company uh, hired me to come here in Brazil, I'm really excited to come because I look in the map and I saw that Brazil is a part of Latin America. When I heard about Latin America, I saw it's a part of America, and wow, it's great. It's been far, but I think I wanted to because I love to travel also. And then I think, no, this is my chance to go there, like to work at the same time to enjoy Brazil. So for me, I really love it. I'm so really excited. The thing is that change about my life is in Philippines I'm so simple, but when I come here, it's different. It's totally opposite to what my life in my lifestyle in Philippines and comparing here is totally opposite. But for me, I'm willing to learn, and I have this positive impressions about Brazil also.
What do you think of the experience of learning the Portuguese language?
Well, learning Portuguese language is really difficult because Portuguese language is really different from English, you know. The grammar, the vocabulary is totally opposite, especially when it comes to pronunciation. It's really tricky because of the vowel sounds, like the say, you know, "pang," so I have difficulty when it comes to this, even right now, you know, like sometimes I was in this. I will share to you my experience when I was working, and I don't know Portuguese at the time. Then I need to write and I need to memorize some phrases to buy in the markets, especially in padaria. I have this experience that every morning I really wanted to go in the bakery to buy the hot breads. So all I knew is bread is a pound, but the vowel sounds is different from me. So I memorize the phrases like I go to the padaria and I will say to people there in the store like Bon dia, eu quero pão quente. And everybody was laughing about it because of the vowel sounds. And this is my bad experience about Brazilian Portuguese. And they are laughing. And I didn't know. Then I asked myself why they are laughing. And along the while, every day, I went in this padaria and buy a bread, and I said the same phrases. And they are laughing and they are talking that I don't understand. And then when I moved to Minas Gerais, somebody told me about this. Like, Lianne, you should pronounce like this, you know? And then I was kind of embarrassed and I was shy because it's been 10 months that I was telling about the pronunciation of these vowels, and nobody corrected me in this way that there are some same words, same sounds, different sounds but different meaning. So it's really difficult for me.
What do you want to do in Brazil for your future?
Well, I really love. I started to love Brazil. So in the future, I really want to travel in some parts of Brazil here, like Foz de Iguazu. You know, that's my dream. Hopefully, it will happen soon. But I've been in Porto Alegre also. I've been in Rio de Janeiro. So I, when it comes to travel, I have some list about that, and I really want to explore about the cultural story of Brazil. I really want to join in the. Actually, I already joining it, like to celebrate the carnival in Rio de Janeiro, the Festa Junina. In the future, also, I really wanted to join in some communities here, like doing some volunteer job in national non-government organization to help others, you know, and to explore more about with the career opportunities. Like here, we work as a skilled work, but really want to explore more about when it comes to career opportunities that can improve our way of living here in Brazil. Uh, one more on my list is to pursue my studies, you know. But I started to do it. You know, I love to learn more on some course like confeitaria because I love brigadero, you know. So some sweets and delicacies I really enjoyed here that is not the same like in my country. So I think it's really good, you know. And now I started Bachelor of Science in Translation. But actually, I mix studying Portuguese language online at the same time translation. I think it's really good and it's necessary and beneficial for my personal interest because I'm planning to stay more here in Brazil. So, and explore more, travel, go to some places that I didn't do, you know, make friends, do some socialization. I'm joining some international groups here in Brazil, like a multilingual group. Like I meet a lot of Brazilian there that they speak 7 languages here, so they are polyglots. So I really wanted to be like this. that this makes my here that inspire me more to stay in Brazil, because I'm not aware when I was in Philippines, but here, alas, I joined socially with this group, so that makes me inspired about it.